Hi guys, we are in Monday. We're in Monday. We're actually in Monday. I don't know what I'm saying. So it's Monday. We're at a new job. This is a living room rewire. So ripping out a load of sockets and putting a load of new ones in. No beard. No beard. I shaved it off. I went scuba diving on Thursday. I'm learning how to scuba dive. Those that know me on Facebook. And it really interferes with the mask putting, because your mask will leak and you have to keep clearing your mask. So I tried it last week. I don't know. Let's see. We're only working. Kieran. Oh, Kieran's here. Did I say? It's Kieran. It's actual Kieran.
Hiya.
Hiya. So Kieran had 4 days last week. This week we're only working 3 days. We've got 2 days off, Thursday and Friday, because I'm going to Blackpool for a pool competition. As you know, I play pool. And that's on the Ultimate Pool Tour. So what are we doing here? We are ripping out a load of sockets. So these getting ripped out, all on patches and trunking. Brilliant. Don't know what they are, we're going to rip them out anyway. Going to have 2 gang down there, 2 gang up there. Supply for these have not been put in by me, by the way. I don't know if you can see that. Internal spotlights over a fire. They've not been put in by me, so I don't know whether they're fire rated or what they are. But the feed cable for that is up above there, coiled up, so we'll need to connect that up to the ring or whatever. Yeah, it'll probably be a ring. What we got, that's coming out, and we're having two gangs there, one there, one there. That's coming out, whatever it is, probably an old light switch. That's coming out, old light switch. Removing them 2 1 gang sockets, ripping out the trunking. This is all surface mounted anyway, so that'll be perfect. Putting a light switch there. It's going to be 3 gang light switch with dimmers. What he wants is you've got 1 light there on 1 switch, 2 lights there, one on another switch, and a pendant in the middle on the 3rd switch. A 3 gang light switch on dimmers. What else we got? We've got 2 gangs down there, and that's it. We just started taping up the walls and the doors and that, just to make sure nothing gets through, and taped up the floor so we don't damage the lovely flooring out there. So what, really bright that light. So what we do when we're doing just a 1 room rewire is we'll strip back all the sockets, find where the feed comes in and where the feed goes out, and then we'll know that's our ring, but I'll explain it as we're going along. So this is what the consumer unit is. Let's have a look. We have, I don't know what that make is. Anyone know what that make is? Pac-Man, I don't know. So sockets, ring, circuit, ground, central. So 32 amp, that's number 4. Looks like it's a ring. So, oh god, it's really bright. So we know we're working with a ring. It's coming in and it's going out. There's loads of cables up there, so I don't know how or where it's coming in or whatever. We'll get to the bottom of it. So first thing is rip out the accessories. Right, now we've isolated everything and ripped off all the accessories. You can see the socket's gone now, just leaving the cables that supply it. That's feeding the shed at the bottom of the garden. It goes out into junction box and then into SWA and clipped on the wall. Removed that light fitting, and there was a switch line to an old JB at the top there. I've removed that and found, so you've got a feed in, feed out cables, and I'm just going to put them in a Wago box and screw them to the joist up there, get them out of the way, because I don't want to interfere with that. What we'll probably do actually, we'll have to take our feed for our living room anyway. So anyway, right, there were 2 sockets down there. That was a spur from a spur from a spur. And it was spurred from this JB, this box, and that was just over the top of it like rubbish, but you know, new colours, set of rewire. It's rubbish rewire, to be honest. Remove the socket down there, And this was the cable feeding it. So now what we need to do is we need to find where our feed in and feed outs are, so we know where the ring runs. So what it is, you've only really got two sockets in there. You've got that socket feed and that socket feed. So one of these will be a feed in, one of them will be a feed out, and then the other cable will probably link them to there to there. We'll find out what one it is and put it right. So what I want you to do, we're going to mark out the sockets, where we want our sockets and that. So we'll start with this one, and we'll go 30 high, that's about where the customer wanted it, 30 high to the bottom. Grab your Sharpie. That's the bottom. The best way to do this is to put it face onto the wall, so it will stay still. Put that on the bottom mark, so that's our mark where we want the bottom of the socket. There. Spirit level on top. Make sure when you put the spirit level on, you miss these little bumps here, otherwise it will be wonky. Just put it on just before. Once it's level, around like that, and that's it. Okay, make a gap of a box width, so that's the side of our next one. Again, measure up 30 from the bottom. So that's the bottom of the next one. You want to make sure you get this bit right, because otherwise, if you get this bit wrong, the sockets will go all out of alignment and it will look rubbish. Get down if you have to, so you can see the bottom. Make it level. That's it, and that's that, 2 boxes, and that's what we're going to cut out. Once you've done that, go to big spirit level. This one. And so that's where you want our cables, all right? Then when you put cables in the walls, you're not going to be able to see where they are. So there's special rules we have to go by, and it's called zones. So you can only put cables in certain places. So you can't have a cable going like diagonally up the wall like that. If you've got an accessory there, we want a socket there. So we can only put a cable either straight up in a line from it, directly above, below, or across. There are other cable zones which are, I think it's 150 in the corner or 150 from the top. That's different cable zones. So that's the only places we can run our cable. It's directly up, above or below, or vertically or horizontally from an accessory. So you know there's going to be cables in the wall up there, and in the corner and in the top corner. If you want to know exactly where cables need to go, it's in your on-site guide. You will be getting an on-site guide soon. So now what we do, we need to mark where we want our cables to go. So a straight line above it, got spirit level in the level, got bubble in the level, and literally just like that. One line, that's all we need, because we're going to be using a chaser. We just need one line. Just like that. So we're going to follow that route to get our cable in. What we'll do is probably bring it in and go over to the next socket and do a return path. Yeah, that's that. If you can do that for the other sockets over there and over there, that'd be great. So we've marked out all the boxes now. Now you can see box there, we run straight up. Box there, run straight up. That's getting chased into the wall. All the way up. Two gangs there, two gangs there. Straight up. Light switch there. Straight up. So two gangs there, and straight up. Right, Kieran, what can you tell me about cable zones? If I wanted to put this socket on this wall just there, where can I run the cables?
Either vertically or horizontally.
Show me.
So, you're going to run from here, you want to go in upwards, you'd only run it vertically.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go at an angle to keep it in a specific zone so you know where the cables are from this point.
What about down?
Down, obviously same thing. You go straight down, no going sideways all over the place, just so you know from this box it's going straight down or straight up or
any other way?
Side. So you can go left or right, but it needs again to be straight, going straight.
Okay.
No going off into.
Let's imagine. Got a question for you. I want to put this socket right here, but there's a lovely little decorated thing there. The customer cannot move it. So I want the socket there. How can I get the cable to there using the cable zones? It's a thinker.
Oh, can you possibly go around?
Show me. I mean, it's not a bad answer, but you're still learning. So you know, all answers are good answers. So
Could you go around, but making sure you kept it straight
show me.
instead of going alongside? So if it was here.
Yeah.
If you were to go around it, would you be able to go up, then straight across, straight up, straight round, and making sure they were straight, but you knew they were going around it?
It's good. I love the enthusiasm. It's really good. He's thinking. That's about being an electrician. So if you took the cable up here, that would be in the zone. But as soon as you take it over here, then there's no socket or anything here. So this would be outside the zones.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you remember what other zones that we discussed?
I can't remember. It was something about the corners.
Yeah. Okay. What?
But was it a zone from the corner outwards? That was a zone, or a specific place where you couldn't put it?
It's 150 mil out from a corner you can use.
So that whole 150 mil?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So how would that work with our cable zones?
When you go straight across from here and up through there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
See, he's picking it up. Hey, this kid is sharp. Sorry, I'll call you a kid. Well, you are. You're young enough to be my kid. No, see, one little lesson on cable zones. He knows where to put cables, because this is reality, right? This could be a window. This could be a window, and the customer wants a socket right there. You have to think how you're going to get power there. A DIY guy would not be bothered about taking the cable round the window, and they won't care. But what you've done there, cable across and straight up. Perfect, keeping in the zones. Well done. Right, so now we all know what comes next, but Kieran don't. It's time to get dirty and dusty. This is going to get messy. What we're going to be using, we've got the Titan chaser. I haven't got the Matado because I hardly do any rewires, so it's not worth me spending 600 odd quid on it. What we're going to use is that Titan chaser in conjunction with an angle one to cut the boxes out. So we're going to get all PPE'd up and I'll speak to you in a bit. Right, we are in PPE, so don't moan, we're doing things right. Okay, then we get a back box. Put a back box in place. We want to make sure that is within the wall, so there's no lips coming out. The way we check is run our spirit level over it. You see that's catching, scraping, so that is needs to go a little bit further back. We're using 35mm back boxes. Customer wants USB sockets, so we're going the extra depth. On a rewire, we'll put in 35 anyway. So yeah, we just need to take it back a little bit. There we go. That's how you want it, like that, yeah?
Down there, across there, down there, across there, and then just slice it into little bits.
You got it. So you need to go right deep. So that cut is going to go all the way up here. So you want the middle of the angle grinder bit there to go over that line, because otherwise that won't be deep.
Yeah.
It'll be deep there, but it won't be deep there.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
Oh, stings your hands, bits coming off.
Yeah. You do have gloves, don't you?
Yeah, I'll throw them on.
If you want to wear gloves. So we are pretty much through most of it. We've cracked on today. I didn't realise having two people on the job makes the job a lot easier and quicker. So I booked out 2 days to do this living room rewire. We could, if we push it, we could get it done today. 1 day rewire. Kieran, I've got a new name for the company. 1 day rewire. Do you want to do this every day?
No.
It's mad, isn't it? No one wants to do it. Well, I don't know, some people do.
I don't mind doing it every day.
I wouldn't want to do it every day. But this is what it's like being an electrician. One day you're doing this, next day you fit in the kitchen. So what I didn't realise, we've been cracking on so well that we've gone through all the batteries. Now we need to wait for them to charge. Bad planning, I know. But we'll just have a little break. Kieran, do you want to ask me any questions? You have got the whole world tuning in. What do you want to say?
What is your least favourite job you've done?
As an electrician?
As an electrician.
I don't know what other people are like. One job I really hate is when someone's tried to change their like two-way switches and that, and you have to try and find what goes where and how it's been rewired, how it's been wired and that. I just hate that.
You hate fixing other people's jobs.
I don't like fixing other people's mess. Sometimes it's alright, but it's always if you're going in to do like remedials after someone's had a load of work done, it can be really you're like running around yourself and you're thinking it just needs a rewire. It's just you know, you're running around in circles trying to fix this thing, and it'd be easier if you just get it rewired, mate. But we don't have time for rewires. Rewires is very time consuming and it's a lot of hard work. So I don't mind now and then, because it's good practice to do them every now and then. It's good for you as an electrician. You haven't seen it yet, but how the cables are running walls and down the ceilings and that, it'll be good for you to going forward, see how it all works. Have I got any questions for you? We've got the worldwide interweb watching us. Have I got any questions for you? What did you do at the weekend?
What I do at the weekend?
Yeah.
Went around my girlfriend's. That's pretty much it. Nothing else.
I went round with my wife. Pretty much it. actually, because my van broke down, I was running around on Saturday doing a load of quotes that I couldn't do on the Friday because I didn't have my van, and I used my wife's car, so I was running around. Sunday I went to London. Father's Day, wasn't it? What did you do for Father's Day?
I went around my paps because my dad was doing his hedge for him for Father's Day. I asked him, what do you want for Father's Day? He said, trim a hedge. So
Nice and easy.
trimmed his hedge.
Okay.
And we ended up getting him, a pair of these because he was looking at mine and wanted a pair, so we got him a different colour, so we didn't mix them up.
Yeah, they're good.
Got a pair of these and a pair of short versions.
Yeah, shorts are good. I like shorts in the summer. That's me. I'm in shorts all the time. Yeah, went to London, had some pie mash, had loads of beers with my dad. Had a good catch up and that. Met my brother's new sort of mistress. Not mistress, no. Sounds wrong. My brother's new girlfriend. I say new, had probably been together about 6 months now. And used to be like childhood friends. We always used to play together when we was kids, and then they met years later, and then started, went from there, sort of thing. So yeah, it was all cool. Had a good weekend. Only working 3 days this week. I'm off to sunny Blackpool, off to the installer show on the way on Thursday. That's about it, mate. Battery charged yet? No. We're just watching. We've got a DeWalt battery there. Just like flash. As soon as that is charged, the first one who can get to it is doing the work. I think you'll win that, Kieran.
I think if I just slowly go towards it.
No.
Because I've injured my leg, I can't get it.
Oh, right. Did you put it in the accident book? I'm sorry,
I'm
mate.
alright.
We don't have one. Yes, we do, but we don't. But we do. While we wait for the batteries to charge, what we're going to do is run the cables in ready. I don't have any capping. I don't have enough oval capping. I'm going to put some oval capping over it afterwards. What we'll do is put the cables there ready with more length, and then once we get the capping in, we can bang the sockets in and go from there. As we said earlier, this is our entry to the living room. We just wired it up with a socket at the moment because we're just charging our what do we call them, batteries. So this will be the entry, and the one over there you can see is our exit, one by a door. That's our exit. So we need to join them two up. Them two together make the ring for the house. It goes round. I think it's ground floor for that ring on the sockets. So what it does is it goes from the consumer unit, it goes all the way around each of the sockets, and then back into the consumer unit. But we can go over that another time. You just need to know it's a ring. It's called a ring final circuit. There's two types of circuits. One's called a ring final and the other one's called a radial. Radial circuit is typically lighting. You would come from the consumer unit and out to wherever it needs to go, and that will be it. It finishes there. It doesn't return back to the consumer unit. Just have a line out and neutral back in. So what we need to do, we need to join up these two rings, legs of the ring, we call them legs, and then pick up all of these sockets. We've got socket down there, socket up there, two sockets there, two sockets over there. So let's have a think how we're going to do it. So come from this one, we're going to have to join that up in the attic with a Wago because that's not long enough to reach the socket where it needs to be. So we'll stick a Wago up there, join it up there, and then come down. That'll be the first socket, and then we'll have to go back up and along to our second socket there, drop down, and then what we'll do is we need to come up, probably clip it to the inside of this joist there, and then probably through. There's holes there already drilled, so we'll go through that and probably through this one as well, and then pick up this socket here, two sockets there, into one, into the other, and then back and back, and find a route. There must be holes in the joist there somewhere. So we'll find the route. It's got loads of holes here, you can see. So we'll find the route through all the joists, and down here pick up our last socket. So into one, into the other, and then back, and then join it up with this feed out. Probably stick a Wago box up in the seam there, and that's how we join up the ring. Did that make sense?
Yes.
It's easier if you draw it on paper, but you can see when we're doing it, you'll be able to see how it's going to work. So be all good. So the first leg we're going to do is from this socket up and over and down there. So we'll do it back to front. I've got my reel cable, which is on my spirit level underneath the step up. I did buy a racketeer, but it's rubbish. I'll be honest with you. I thought it comes with like pipes to go through it and that, but it's just a bit of plastic. That's all it is, just a bit of plastic. I didn't really like it, so. But that's my opinion. Sealing. Oh, that's rubbish. That's plenty of cable there. It drops down there. And comes along. Drops down there. Plenty of cable there. So that's one leg. And that's that leg. You've got that. What I will let you do, you can do the clipping of this. Twin earth clips. If you want a good deal, go Screwfix at the moment. Screwfix is doing a box of 100 for 67p. I've got about 10,000 of them now. Never go run out. What you want to do is clip it to about the middle of the joist. Try and keep it same way all the way. I don't like having it twisting round. So that needs to be the same profile all the way along. What I do as well is hammer length. I think I told you before, didn't I? So
yeah.
Hammer length and put the nail on the bottom. So if you do that all the way along there, be careful with your fingernails, just get it in a little bit. And once it's bitten the wood, then take your finger away and just whack it. Otherwise you lose your nail like I've done. So Kieran, that's our socket that we've just done, all done. And now we need to take a feed from there over to the socket over there. Now I've shown you how to do it. Can you have a go, have a think, how are you going to do that?
What? Send that from there
Yeah.
to there?
Yeah. all right, mate.
So you have another cable going, starting from there.
Yeah, going from there,
All
joining
the
all the way over to there. So you go through the joists again.
Yeah.
Just pick up some holes. There's loads of holes in there already, so you should be able to pick up a route from that, going up through the joists and find its way over to there. There's no like real cable zones in the joists, and there's pre-drilled holes already, so we just use them.
No, don't you do it backwards though?
It doesn't matter.
Not with this
Forwards, backwards, it doesn't make a difference.
Cool. So it's get the wire from this side. And feed it through all the way to that side, and then cut it off this side. And
Yeah. Once you know you've got enough length on the other side, you can cut it.
cool.
Anything you want me to do, you just let me know, and I'll help you.
So it's going to go up here again.
It's good. Yeah, that's it. It's not ideal that, but
It's the only one where there's enough space for another cable.
Yeah.
I'm seeing.
yeah, that's fine. It's just not the preferred way. What we do with next one, there's a hole there anyway. I prefer these sort of holes because they're away from, if someone drills a floorboard down upstairs,
Yeah.
that's away from that. That's why we like to drill through the middle of the joist.
See, we could, if we take it back out there, instead, what if I go along here?
No, that's even worse because if the plaster guy comes in, he could just quite easily track that cable. But then saying that, he could. See, this how they've done that. See, they've whacked out a big chunk of the joist. That's rubbish. That's really poor workmanship. You know, to cut out a massive bit of joist there, and it weakens the structure. So that's not the best. I wouldn't want to drill any more into that joist than is already drilled. So it was. I don't want it to fall down and get blamed for it. I'll tell you what. Stick it under that, and what we'll do is we'll clip it either side so it can't get into the plasterboard.
Yep.
Not ideal. People probably moan, but I'm not drilling that joist anymore. What you can do is just bring it straight underneath that. You don't have to. That's it, just like that. Because we will, when we finish, put it in that gap. That's it.
An empty hole there.
Yeah. What I'll do is just pull loads through here. Give a big loop right here. So you're going to need loads, so just put that. That'll do for now. You need your goggles on them, it's up to you. I'd recommend you use them, but it's your choice. These cables are rubbish, they're coming out. That's coax, that one. That's it. Good. Yeah. One thing you have to be aware of, not with this install, but in future, is you need to make sure that you don't have too many cables going through one little hole.
Yeah.
Because what you get is, if the cables are right next to each other like that, really on top of each other, then they're going to be, when you run it, electric through, or when you run voltage through an electric cable, you get different effects, and one of the effects are heating, so it will heat up. And if you get all them cables in a small space heating up, like there, for example, similar, you see, then you can, because they're all close together, they're not having a chance to like breathe, to cool down, if you like, so they will overheat.
The heat concentrates in one space.
Yeah.
Spreading out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so we're pretty much done for today. We're going to carry on tomorrow. We'll run out of tools, run out of bits. I didn't get any oval conduit. My fault, I know. Batteries are still charging, so I'm going to take them home, charge them overnight, and then we'll just hit this tomorrow. We shouldn't be any more longer than half a day tomorrow. We'll maybe go to another job, Shane Walk. All we've got to do is put the back boxes in, run out of back boxes. I know, my fault. Put some conduit in and then cut. You know, this is how far the chaser got up before I decided to chuck it out. The Titan chaser, don't even bother, rubbish. I can afford a Metabo, but I don't do rewires enough to warrant spending that much money on it. So yeah, cutting that, run the conduit down. So the cables for the sockets are all in. It looks a bit of a mess, but you'll get the idea of it. Just need to run in the cables for the rims. Lights. Can't even talk. So what we're doing is we've taped up the doors. Customer is going to be using that door and the kitchen when they come back. I've said to them, when they come in, just push the door open, that should come down, and just rip that down. We'll put it back up tomorrow, but best to do it when they come back, because then it gives time for the dust to settle. Done a little step through for them so they don't have to get dust through the house. Make sure we clean this bit. Yeah, so we're all done, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye guys. Bye Kieran.
Bye.
Morning. It is now Tuesday morning. Hello guys. Say hi Kieran.
How do?
How do. Right, today we're going to get straight into it. We've got loads to do. I want to be done this by lunchtime. I'm going to show you how to terminate a box, a back box, metal back box in this case. It's 35mm 2-gallon galvanised back box. So the first thing you do, measure up your conduit so it goes just into the attic space there, onto the top of the box. And just there, get your cutters. To insert it nice and straight all the way down, facing the same way, because you don't want twists in them. Put them into the end of the conduit there. Can be a bit tight. Poking out the bottom there. Back through. forget about that for a minute. Go to the metal back box, keep the earth lug at the bottom right. Now, I'm going to go into that entry there, knock him out. Put in an open grommet, put your back box in there. I usually got a small spirit level, but I can't find it, I've lost it. I think it's on that, another job. Make sure it is straight up with the two lugs. Marking my backs. Put your wall plugs in. What we do now is we put our cable in. One on top of the other. Put screws in roughly. Check the height, yeah, that's bang on. Then what we do with the cables is usually we just leave them in there, but what we're going to do, customer needs this live because we're going to be coming back in a couple of months or a month or so. So we're going to put these in Wagos and put face plates on them, just temporary, just so they've got power. And then the plasterer can take the face plate off or do what they want, cut the power and then work around it. So we are done in the living room rewire, 2 days because customer added extra things on. We've both smashed it out, done well. So, got cable runs. What we've done as well, we've clipped them in with these thanks to Nick Bundy. Who's Nick Bundy? Sorry, Nick. I swear I'll punish him later. Nick Bundy is the god of YouTube electricians. You'll meet him one day. He's a good lad. Nick Bundy's a good lad. Thanks to Nick for this tip. Putting the all-round band on the over conduit up there. That's garage feed. All we've done is clip that. That was already in place, so that was in trunking. We just sunk it back, chase it into the wall. These are all live because we're not going to be here for about 2 months or something. And the customer didn't want all of the downstairs sockets to be off in that time. So what we've done, we've kept them live, put either blanks on them. I know I need to see sockets guy, whatever his name is, I can't remember. Yeah, we've either put them or we've put sockets on the front with connected in Wagos in the back. These are our drops for our what do you call it, lights, wall lights. They're all dead and they go to, there's a feed to a switch, and it's a socket because it's going to be a 3-gang dimmer which goes into a 2-gang back box. So this socket, don't take any notes of it, it's just blanking it up for now because it's live inside, because you've got a live feed in. So yeah, so you've got live feed ins and then there'll be feed to a switch. Go one switch for that, just one light, one switch for that, and then one switch for the pendant in the middle. He wants all of them to be on dimmers, so we need it wide enough. Otherwise, if you're just wanting switches, it'd just be a 1-gang. So that's that. Again, drops for these, comes into there, and then goes to the next one, piggyback into that one. same double. What I've done is, in the end, I just brought the feed to one socket and just done a spur to the next one. Yeah, it's just, what you don't want is you don't want to go through that box and into that box and then do the ring, reverse ring. So it's just better. What I'm going to do now, need to put that back. Yeah, we're swept up, hoovered up, there's not a lot of dust. That's it really. So, that is it. We've got a couple of quotes to do, but we won't film that because we're running up against time. So, let's see if he knows it. Like,
comment,
share,
subscribe.
prescribe!